Welcome to the Weekly Social, folks. Everything Katy, Fulshear, Richmond, Texas. Today we're just going to do a year-end roundup and do a recap of everything that transpired in 2024. Come on in and join us, Jake.
Alrighty.
Jake's been
Hello.
a huge addition to our team in 2024, so thanks for joining our team, Jake.
Absolutely. I'm really glad I chose you guys.
Well, thanks.
Super happy. Learned a lot in these last couple of months that I've only been here. I've only been here since August. August 5th is the exact day when I started. I mean, I met you August 4th.
Okay.
But then the next day, that's when we really started practicing real estate and going out into the field and all that. But yeah, so far
You
so
spent
good.
a lot of time in the field with me this year.
Yeah, I have. Lots of driving around town all over the place, looking at homes,
Yeah.
teaching me everything about homes and what there is to know about homes and what needs to be done. So far so good. I'm excited for next year.
2025 is going to be a marvelous year for everyone.
Let me check on the stream here.
How are we doing?
We're good.
Yay.
Alrighty. Perfect. Just gotta make sure the audio works and all that, so we don't have
Yeah,
that.
Jake normally works behind the scenes,
Yeah.
so
I'm actually trying to do both today, but Priscilla's absent. She's not well, but I did the last podcast that actually got 1.2 thousand views.
oh, that's awesome.
That's pretty good. Yeah. Me and Michelle did it.
Yes.
But yeah.
I didn't have a voice that day, so I wasn't here, guys. So thank you, Jake, for stepping up and making it happen.
So, how did this year go for you? I forgot. What did you say? You said you were 20% up from.
I'm up 20% this year over last year.
Yeah. Now, why is that? You think? 'Cause this is an election year, which is weird. Because how is that possible that an election year? Because that's typically when it's hard to get real estate done.
Disciplined, committed, and just it's rinse and repeat. Just keep doing the same thing over and over. That's how you move the needle.
Almost forgot.
Oh, there you go. Getting festive.
Yeah, I need to put this on. We gotta look good. It's the standard for social media. We gotta look the part, right? So you were just the election didn't affect you. Nothing got in the way.
It didn't.
The
And
new rules didn't get in the way either, because everyone was freaking out about that.
honestly, I just stepped back and said, you know what? Let all that be noise and just keep doing what I'm doing. And as the change comes, I'll pivot and adjust to it. Until then, it's all out of my control. So I just stayed focused on the task at hand and servicing and taking care of clients.
So, what's your plans for next year? What are you most excited about to see in real estate, would you say?
Well, for the company, I'm looking at growing our team. We're a boutique brokerage. We typically sponsor 4 to 6 agents, but I would like to scale that, so that's part of my excitement for next year. We've been working on a lot of stuff together collectively as a team to really enhance the level of service for our clients. So I'm excited about that, to see that in a forward motion.
I have lots of plans next year as well. Lots of things I would like to implement. Lot more videos. I think we could probably double up on the videos that we make. Listing videos, doing the podcast, doing more.
I think we need to do more batching to where we sit and knock out a handful versus our shotgun approach.
Right. And there's lots of plans I'd like to do with you as well.
Yeah.
Talking about how people could do, be better with real estate and how people could learn, right? So that's going to be exciting, super fun.
Yeah. We got a bunch of events coming up again next year. We do our, kind of a recap on the fundraisers. We had a really good blood drive last year, and that's basically how we're going to kick off 2025. That's our first fundraiser, is the blood drive. I do want to give a big shout out and thank you to everybody that supported Boys and Girls Country, as well as CAPS Animal Shelter. The room across from us is full of all kinds of boxes and stuff, and that will get delivered first of next week. So a big thank you to everybody.
Yeah, a little bit helps, just a little bit.
It does.
All adds up.
What was some of the best memorable experiences that you had from last year, Jake?
Last year?
Yeah.
Or you mean this year?
For 2024.
For 24.
Well, yeah, this year.
From when I started to now, I'm just messing with you. Yeah. So I think learning how hard real estate is. I thought it was a breeze because people on TV, they make it look so easy.
Oh, yeah.
It's no problem.
Deal closes in 30 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Just
You
sign
show up,
here.
yeah.
Just sign here, and that's it. It's not
No,
inspections.
it's a process.
Yes, it is. It's like this whole legal process. It really is. It's not like going out and buying a car, which is what I'm more acquainted with. It's not. It's very different.
There's a lot of spinning plates involved.
And I knew nothing about realtors and real estate before. I thought realtors were like, they're like car salesmen, just selling cars, but it's houses. But it's like you're like a therapist, you're a realtor, you're constantly negotiating and trying to make everyone happy constantly. And it's like almost impossible sometimes. But for you make it possible. I don't honestly know how you do it sometimes, but I think I'm learning from the best. So.
Well, I try hard. It's I'm humbled by that, so thank you.
Yeah, of course. I think it's true. You helped us find a home.
I did,
and did it very quickly. Because I remember when we started doing that process, I was like, okay, this is gonna take like a year. Like it's gonna take a long time, but it doesn't take that long.
No.
You made it quick and easy, and there wasn't a bunch of back and forth either. Which is another thing that is crucial. Making sure conversations are. Like one conversation and you're done. You don't have to go back and forth, which consumers find frustrating sometimes.
Yeah, I've done this a long time. I try to make everything win-win. Mm-hmm. It's a business transaction. Both buyer and seller should walk away happy.
Exactly.
It's not suit up for battle. And do I have the skill set to do that? Yes. But I want the seller to feel like they won, and I want the buyer to feel like they won, because.
Right.
At the end of the day, it's the largest financial transaction that average person makes.
Most likely, probably
buying or selling. So,
and it could be dangerous if you're doing it alone.
Oh,
and I'm not just saying that for trying to sell us. Like, it's being a for sale by owner is dangerous. You might sign something and can't go back.
Do you know what disclosures you have to convey to the general public?
Most people don't, and most people aren't willing to read through all of them.
No,
and it's way easier and way less time consuming.
And even if you got them, do you understand the documents that you're conveying? Are you filling them out correctly? Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, a lot of agents can't even do that correctly. I see it all the time, and that's somebody that's been trained. Let alone somebody that's from the general public. That's the first time they've ever laid their eyes upon it. So,
yes, and experienced agents, mind you.
Yeah.
That's the scary part.
So,
I'm excited for next year. What about you? What is probably the most memorable experience you've had this year? I know there's a few, but I want to hear what you have to say.
Over the holidays, I received a text from a client.
Oh yes, that was beautiful.
It was. He sent me a picture. I'll rewind a little bit. I met them at an open house a few years back
with Denise.
They did not qualify to buy a home. However, we stayed in communication. We got them to qualify. They bought a home. He got relocated to another state. And so I helped them buy their home. I helped them sell their home. And then they relocated out. Actually, I sold their home this year. You actually helped do some open houses at that property. Mm-hmm. But he sent me a text over the holidays, actually in the last day or two, thanking me because... And in the text, he said, "Thank you so much, because 3 years ago, I couldn't buy a home. Today, I just closed on a home that cost over $1 million. You are the best."
Yeah, that's awesome.
I mean, and that's very memorable, and that's why I do this.
That just goes to show how tricky it can be, how long it could take to help get someone across the finish line.
So
that's awesome.
Well, I mean, he bought and sold. I mean, he went from not being able to buy to buying and then selling, but now he's in a $1 million home range. Mm-hmm. That's huge for anybody.
That's great. Yeah.
So, but just to be a part of that, I mean, gosh, they did the work. I just helped guide them. That's all I did. Mm-hmm. So, what was a memorable experience for you?
Yeah, actually, I didn't actually answer that question. So, I think, realizing how difficult it is, realizing how you're like a part-time therapist, part-time social media guy, you're doing all these dances. Like, I didn't realize that's what it was all about.
It's a lot of spinning plates, isn't it?
I remember the most memorable thing, I guess I could say, was dealing with, I don't know, I guess dealing with rejection, how hard that can be, being so close and then, losing out.
But that teaches you how to keep that pipeline going at all times.
Right, exactly. And I think, remember, we toured multiple properties, and we didn't realize how messy it was. Like, I never really knew how messy homes could be.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, I always realized, like, oh, everyone's kind of, has a clean home. No. Like some homes are. Like I don't even know how you're living in them.
We showed up to one home not long ago. The whole front yard had mattresses and I mean just all kinds of crazy stuff laid across the front yard. And I looked at Jake. I said, "Be prepared because this is the good stuff. It's only going to get worse from here forward."
Honestly, I think I got sick when we went into that one home.
Did you?
I don't know what I inhaled, but my eyes started getting swollen, I felt, and I felt lightheaded, and I felt like a bee stung me or something. Like I just felt disgusted.
That's not the first time
people lived in that home.
And that's not the first time that I went home, stripped off all my clothes and stuff in my garage.
Well, you went
thrown it in the washer.
You went through that home like a breeze. Like you just walking through like, oh yeah, this is nothing because you've been doing it for years.
Oh,
when
yeah.
I walked in there,
I've seen
like,
worse.
I was holding my breath like half the time we were in there. That whole like hour we were in there, I was just constantly, gosh. But yeah, I didn't realize.
We've also toured some beautiful homes this year too.
Oh my gosh, yes, we have. They're very pretty. It's a pretty model home parks. I'm really excited for
great listings too. I mean, we had a lot of great listings this year.
I'm excited for Sunterra to open up next year. That's gonna be great. Not next year. Coming up soon, but they are opening something.
This spring is when they open up the lagoon.
I know, yeah.
And that's going to be a huge draw. Once that's open, it's already the fastest growing community out here.
I know. That's impressive. They're not even done. I think they're going to officially finish in 2028 is when they're going to have the tennis court, I believe, if they don't already have that, the pickleball court, the lagoon, which will be ready here soon.
Oh, it's a lot of houses they're building over there.
And all the houses, yeah.
It's 2,400 acres that they're developing. That's a lot of dirt.
Yeah, it is. That's a lot of land.
Guest-wise, we had a lot of great guests on this year. So a big thank you to everybody that came out and participated.
Thank you, guys. Yes.
Learned lots and lots of stuff from lots of different people. The Boys and Girls Country, that was great.
The Alzheimer's Walk, that was fun.
The Alzheimer's Walk, having Freddie show up. Actually doing the live podcast at the Alzheimer's Walk. We met a lot of great people there too.
Yeah, I'm really glad that was a good exercise. It was super fun. A lot of people. How many people? Like 1,000 people showed up. I've never seen Lost and Terra that busy before, but a lot of people do.
I would estimate a couple thousand people there.
A couple, yeah.
Easy.
I didn't actually realize how many people have family who have
that have been touched by it.
Yes, I never really realized that, and I kind of have a little bit, but some people, have really lost.
So we have a special guest that we're going to bring in for a second to say hello real quick.
Yeah, sure. I'll scoot over here. There you go.
So, most people know my public life, but not my private life. This young lady drove over 1,000 miles to come spend the holidays with me. This is my mom. Mom, say hi to everybody.
Hello. Hi.
She's feeling a little under the weather, so we're not going to keep you on the spotlight for long, Ma. But
just want to say hi.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Your son is awesome. Great man. I learned a lot from him in the last couple of months.
Well, I hope you all have a good year.
All right. Thanks,
Ma.
Mom.
And next year we will too. But yeah. Thank you for saying hi.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Now there are some new rules coming next year, January.
Actually, they just changed the 1 to 4 this year. The only constant in life is change. So if you're not changing, you're falling behind. So you have to embrace that word. And that's something that a lot of people don't want to do. They want the same old, and you can't do that.
Right. I like change, but I feel like real estate changes a lot. That's also another thing I realized. It
changes so fast.
Like every 6 months, some major change. I feel like. Would you say that's accurate?
Weekly.
Weekly? Yeah.
I mean,
of course, weekly.
If you watch the data videos, look at the fluctuations in the price per square foot. How they go up, down. The average price per house.
And all the new homes that come to the market. It's very different.
The size and the square footage. I mean, 1 week, 2,200 square foot homes are moving. Next week, it could be 3,000 square foot homes are moving. So it's constantly evolving and shape shifting. And if you're not doing volume, you have no way of keeping your finger on the pulse. If you're doing 1 or 2 transactions a year, by the time you get to your next transaction, you're back in your first year of real estate because you're learning all over again because the market has changed so dramatically from your last transaction.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I didn't realize that. So if you are gone for a year, you basically have to restart.
You're starting all over.
Just a year?
Not even. I mean, if 6 months.
6 months. Yeah.
If you're only doing 1 or 2 transactions a year, every year you're back in your first year of business.
Mm-hmm.
So unfortunately, we see a lot of people that are in their 10th first year of business.
10th first year. That's scary. So what would you say is your New Year's resolutions, other than real estate, of course, for you? What do you think you want to do? What do you want to accomplish?
I'm focused on diet, exercise, just taking care of myself.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had a true vacation in some time, so I am going to take some time off next year and do some travels.
Mm-hmm. You work too hard.
Oh,
He needs to take some time off. He needs to relax. Constantly on the phone, constantly on the run, doing things. I feel like, but that's a good thing. But you should take some time off. You know.
Yeah.
I think for me, I would really like to just laser focus on real estate as much as I can next year. And I mean, not too much where I'm burning myself out.
Yeah, you don't
I
do
do
that.
want to really learn people, and really
Learning never stops. I still learn daily, Jake.
I feel like I really would like to get some momentum. Really.
You have
I mean,
momentum.
I have built people into my pipeline, but I really want to put that into effect next year. Come next year.
You know, kudos to you, because when I first met you, you're a young man. But
I knew nothing, completely nothing. Oh, sell a car, yeah, just sign it. It's very different.
Well, what brought you here wasn't going to take you there, but you were smart enough to know and admit that. Where a lot of people let their ego get in their way and go, "Oh no, I got it, boss." You were like, "No, teach me everything." So I applaud that. You were a sponge and you're soaking it all up.
You never stop learning.
No.
I realize there's always a bigger fish. There's always
Somebody always knows
something that might
more.
just be better.
Somebody's always stronger. Somebody's always lighter. Somebody's always faster. I mean, and that's in everything in life.
I think just being the best you can be with the time that you have is the only thing. Because you only live once.
But from when you started with us and where you are today, I can see your confidence level, and you're a realtor.
I feel like it, yeah.
You're not a guy trying to figure out real estate. You're a realtor now. So congratulations.
I mean, thank you. I always feel like I could do better, but I feel like I just compare myself from the first open house I hosted. I remember I think I did it with you. No. I did it with Shannon, I believe. No, I
remember the first video that we did. No, I had you do.
What was it? Oh, yeah.
It was horrible.
Yeah, it was. My hair, yeah, I have it right here, actually. My hair
you
was
do?
a mess. Yeah, I got it saved. Because I want to look back on it in 10 years and be like, oh my God, who is this?
But,
I'm not buying a house from
But
him.
look at then and now. I mean, now you sit on the camera and it's no big deal.
Yeah, well, I could, yeah.
I had to push you out in front of the fire.
That was an
Show it to them.
Yeah. Look at this kid. Look at him. He's not making eye contact. He's not smiling. His hair is a wreck. But I remember we were sitting in the car right outside of that house, and I was just like, I'm just going to watch you do it. And you're like, get out there. Go make a video.
Yeah.
I was like,
get out there and do a video with me.
And I did. I just looked at it. I was
And
like, oh
your
my
eyes
God.
turned into the size of flying saucers
Because
when
I
I
saw
said
the video,
that to
I
you.
was like, oh, now I got to post this. And, gosh. But I
You
feel
did
like
it.
I've learned, I feel more comfortable on camera. I feel more confident, which is another huge thing. I feel like all realtors need to be comfortable on camera. That's
Right.
another.
Everybody's, I hate doing videos. I don't like myself on camera.
They're
Guess
fun.
what?
They're fun.
That's who you are in person. That's all. That's what they see.
Yes.
This is who I am.
Yes, being authentic.
So I just look at that camera and go, hey, that's a friend of mine there.
I just I don't care what people think.
I don't
if
look
people-
at it
if
as a
people-
camera.
No, I don't. People don't like me. People will be like, "Oh my God, you idiot!" Like I don't. You can't hate someone.
You're
you don't
going
know,
to scrutinize yourself more than anybody else that's watching us.
That's true.
I
That's,
mean,
that's
you're
something a
you're
lot
going
of
to see
people
your
don't
mistakes. Typically, they don't, unless it's bad.
realize. Yeah, unless you.
And I've had a few bad ones.
Yeah, like the mic's not working or whatever. But like,
we've done that. We've had phones ringing.
That's what
Anything
makes-
that can go wrong.
that's what makes us human. You know.
That also makes it better.
It does make it better. You know, makes it authentic.
Makes it authentic?
Not just some like reality TV show where it's all scripted. You know what I mean? Way more true to ourselves here. In fact, I'm still like we don't even write questions before we start.
No.
We just
It's not an
Yeah, go
interview.
for
It's just a conversation. And this isn't chopped up. We don't.
no.
I mean, this is just live.
I chop up the highlights and we throw it out. And
Separately.
I guess that's scripted, but like.
But
this
that's
is
separate.
live.
But this is
you
all
know?
live.
And that's what makes it fun, you know. But what was I saying? I was saying something. See, this is what makes it live. I don't even remember what I was saying. I don't remember what I was saying. I was going to ask you a question.
I mean, some of the other great stuff that we did this year.
Oh, yeah.
The client appreciation event. I mean, gosh,
Yes.
what a wonderful time that was. Again, everybody, thank you for supporting the company and coming out.
Yes, thank you for coming out. Really appreciate that.
We had 35, 40 people there.
Yeah. That's a good turnout.
Huge.
Honestly, it really is.
Lots of business networking events that we hosted this year.
Mm-hmm. Lots more to come next year.
Lots more to come.
We have plans for that. That's going to be super fun. But yeah, going back to when I first started, because I every month, and I don't have to do this, but I do it anyway. Just so I can record my journey. And this was actually your idea, because I remember you said it. You were like, record your journey.
Document.
You said
Document your journey.
And
So he does a monthly video. So
I do.
Check it out.
Yeah, I do. I post a monthly video. I vlog.
Bloopers and all.
Yeah, bloopers and all. Yeah. Like, if you watched my first monthly video, and you watched the most recent one, so the month 4 video,
Yeah.
you can see me constantly making mistakes, looking like an idiot, not knowing how to speak on camera, not knowing entirely what I'm doing because I'm brand new and still learning. To now, for me personally, that I love seeing that, because I love seeing my growth. I love documenting my growth and that kind of an aspect. But
It keeps you humble when you see your mistakes too.
yeah, it makes me remember,
Well,
like, wow, I really, I can't be shaming other people
No.
when they're new, because look at me, like
my first videos, I was terrible. I mean, I look like a petrified piece of wood. I mean, it was terrible.
But you're doing it. That's what matters.
Yeah.
You're still doing it.
You
A lot
did
of people aren't even willing to try, which sucks. You should try it. At least try it. It doesn't hurt to try it.
So, what was another memorable experience?
Gosh. Man, I think realizing how much driving you have to really do. I didn't really realize you're...
A lot of windshield time's what I call it.
Windshield time, yeah. Like, I just start to realize a real estate agent is like this everything. Your job is every other job. Like, you're doing everything. I don't know how to explain it. You're a social media influencer. I use my windshield time to make calls in between the meetings. Right. You're an Uber driver.
Yes.
You're a hostess, like you're a podcaster, and I'm not complaining. I love doing that. Just makes real estate so much fun and so much, it makes it different every time, right? But it's a lot. It's definitely
marketing. I mean, that's the fuel to our business.
Yeah.
It is. And there's so many different avenues and venues out there, but you just got to pick a couple of them and just stay focused, committed, and disciplined to them. When we first started the weekly social, we were getting a couple hundred views a week. Now we get 3,000 to 4,000 views a week. So thank you again, because it's you guys that help with this.
To watch, like, and share everything. That really helps. It goes a long way.
Sharing is actually the huge part of the algorithm that pushes this out there to help us grow. So if anybody heard that, please share as much as you like.
Yes, share as much.
Share,
as you like.
share.
And it's not necessarily for us. It's
it's for you guys too.
You to put yourself out there and talk about what you do best and put it on camera and market yourself.
It attracts better guests for us. We've had a lot of great guests. I've learned a tremendous amount of stuff.
I've learned a lot too. I didn't even know
Angela with her machine. I mean, being able to pinpoint that stuff. I mean,
I didn't even know that was
I didn't even know that existed.
No. What else? R.C. Simmons. That was a cool dude. I didn't know he could sing like that. No idea. You would have never known.
We had an opera singer on.
Yeah, we did bring an opera singer on, and he didn't have to warm up or anything. That's truly impressive, honestly.
Because most of them spend 5 to 10 minutes warming up their vocal cords before they do anything. Yeah, or whatever. Yeah.
They need to drink tea or whatever, but he just...
Well, and they keep their neck warm and all that. I mean, if you look at singers, a lot of them have rituals. I mean, they do.
I would have never known that he could, sing like that. Like, at first I thought he was, like, joking. Like, I'm an opera singer. I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah. I was like, sing a song. He did.
He did.
It's cool. Who else? Freddie. Freddie also was a pretty cool guy. Very open to helping people and all that. Who else?
Well, we had a country music singer on earlier this year.
Oh, we
Gosh,
did.
I can't think of her name. It was pre-Jake.
Yeah, I wish I was there. Dang it. But yeah, lots of great guests and many more to come next year. But yeah,
Well, we've had some great inspectors that we've learned a lot of stuff from. Appraisers, Brandon Green, financial stuff. I mean, there's just all kinds of golden nuggets that are sprinkled out amongst every one of these podcasts. So,
and very informative. Like learning from Brandon. Like you should do. I remember he was talking about doing your. What would he say? He said, I forgot what he said. I was really like, oh my gosh, yeah, I should do that now that I'm young. He said, do your will while you were young? Or, I don't remember what he was...
Well, wills are crucial because when you need it and don't have it, that's when it's a problem.
But,
and they're not very expensive to do.
But they also can be done incorrectly. Right.
That's another...
And it's very important.
You need somebody that specializes in doing wills.
He said it was the most important document you'll ever create in your life. I was just like...
I believe that.
Yeah, it probably is, actually, yeah. So, but yeah, who else have we had that, Freddie, that man from Solera.
Oh, yeah.
Apartments. I think he was the first guest that I was here with.
Okay.
Or no, it was Brandon. No, I think it was him. Yeah, lots of
55 and up community.
The 55 up and community.
We've had a lot of senior communities here. I mean, because people.
It's pretty apartments I've driven by.
Oh, they are.
They're really nice. And we've had lots of people. And Bistrada. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. He does the home improvements.
Yes, Bernard Estrada.
Watches our podcast all the time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bernard.
He always
appreciate
tunes
support.
Oh, Jesus Ortiz said hello. Also, another great guest.
Oh,
Jesus.
yeah, another podcast guy.
Yeah.
I mean,
he does.
Look at all the stuff that you learned from him.
I know. He's killing it on his podcast. He really is.
He does.
It looks beautiful.
So we need more pointers from you.
We do. We need to learn from him. But yeah, what else? I feel like I've learned a lot. I'm trying to think of another memorable moment that I've had over the course of the last 5 months I've been doing real estate. I'm trying to think of. Do you have one that you know that I probably am not thinking of?
Met a lot of great families doing open houses this year. Helped a lot of families move and relocate all over the country. And helped some veterans buy homes this year as well. So, I mean, I got to be a part of a lot of special stuff over the year. So, a big thank you for trusting our company and our team to help guide you guys through this stuff.
Yes. Thank you very much. Yes.
The Tom Ferry Summit. I mean,
oh yes,
I learned
Tom Ferry Summit. That's what I was
so much up there, and I brought back a lot of information and shared with the team.
That was super cool. Yeah. What a just plethora of knowledge. How many years has he been doing real estate? Like
20?
20. Yeah.
He's the number one coach in America. He's good. I mean,
I know. I didn't even.
He's the best of the best in my opinion.
I do think so. I think I've learned definitely a lot from him.
Well, his dad's Mike Ferry, so
yes.
And they used to compete against one another.
Yeah, they did. And I like each other. Yeah.
Well, they like each other now, but they did have a falling out.
Father and son sportsmanship.
Yeah,
sure.
They mended the fence.
Yes, they mended the fence, right? But yeah, definitely a plethora of knowledge from Tom. I've learned a lot. What else? I feel like I'm missing something. I really want to go over.
Well, look at all the people that we follow on Instagram and all that, and all the stuff we learn from those people, like Shannon Gillette, Elio. I mean, look at all those people and all the stuff that we learned to incorporate into our company and business from those people. So
also all the really nice other realtors I met. I remember I met a lot of realtors when I first started, and I just want to go to show this. What I'm about to say is go to show how nice we are as a community. I started as a new agent. I went and toured other people's open houses, like you said, and they're all so very welcoming and like, hey, this is what you need to do, this and that. Like, just so helpful to me, Just like, thank you. You didn't have to do that, but thank you for, giving me all these pointers. But what else? I feel like I'm forgetting one thing that I really remember. I guess realizing there's also, like, the different types of neighborhoods and how close they are. Like, there's, like, a bad neighborhood and there's, like, a really good neighborhood. within close proximity, which is something I really didn't ever realize before real estate. Like, wow, this is...
Well, you can have a house in this neighborhood that sells for, say, $500,000.
Yeah.
You can have a house in the neighborhood across the street, different neighborhood,
Different.
$100,000 less.
Yes.
Same house.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's crucial that you know, you have a realtor that really knows what they're doing, because a seller might go, yeah, but that house is just like mine, sells for that, but it's totally different. I mean, you have to match pair it, is what I call it.
Right.
You got to drill it down to the neighborhood. You can't use the area. Now, if you can't find like kind properties, then yes, you can go out. But then you also have to make adjustments, because you have to look at other properties and see the differences so that you can make the adjustments to your property. Where unfortunately, a lot of people don't truly understand how to do a market analysis
I think that's where
for the
CMAs
consumer.
can be quite tricky, is when high-priced properties, like right next to other properties that are probably significantly less or significantly more. It's kind of hard to match pair
Right.
those.
Well, in
But
Cinco
you can
Ranch, you
still
see a
do
lot
it.
of the same, because it's 25,000 homes, so that makes it a lot easier in Cinco Ranch in our local market. But once you start getting it, well, you saw some one-off stuff that we worked with this year. Once you start getting into acreage properties or stuff that's non-uniform in the neighborhood, it's a challenge. So, and it's a learning experience for everybody, me included.
Yeah, you never stop learning.
No.
You can never be. I never feel like you could ever be like a professional. You know what I mean? I never feel like you could ever reach the maximum level of being a realtor or anything, because there's always just something new. There's always another 100 levels you need to keep chasing. You know, I guess you'll never be at the peak of what you could be, because there's always something new. There's always something developed.
It's hard to say that you fully mastered it.
Exactly, yeah. There's always just new things appearing. But that's what makes it really tricky, and that's good for me. I feel like I never feel like it's gonna end, you know?
No.
Because I feel like once you get to the
There's
top
no
of the ladder,
destination,
then
it's all journey.
right. Once you get to the top of the ladder, I feel like what else is there to do? But in real estate, I think it's different. You could definitely just keep.
Yeah, there is
keep
no
going.
destination. It's just a journey. So, well, guys, we want to wish everybody a happy New Year. We're going to ring in the bell for 2025 here in just a couple days. That's right around the corner.
Hopefully, it stops raining, so that way we can
yeah,
shoot some fireworks off. That's because it was raining like really hard yesterday.
Yeah.
Or the last 2 days, 2 to 3 days. But we'll see. Hopefully, it doesn't.
I'll take that over snow, though, Jake.
Really?
Oh yeah.
It's Christmas. You don't
No,
like.
I can't do the cold weather anymore.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, all right. Well, we will see you guys next year.
Yeah. Any final thoughts? Any?
You know,
anything
next
else?
year's gonna
'Cause
be
this is
a-
the last podcast of the year.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
well, I'm humbled that everybody supported us. I want to say thank you and reflect upon everything that transpired last year. I got to be a part of a lot of great stuff, as well as Jake did, the rest of our team. And we're looking at doing and sharing more with you guys again this year. And hopefully we can really expand the fundraisers that we do. Every year it multiplies and gets bigger and bigger. So
do some more.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Giving
more
back.
events.
So
Yes, for sure.
that's part of our company DNA as well. So, how about yourself? Anything you want to wrap up?
I feel like I guess I can't think of anything. Yeah, I can't wait for next year. This year has been quite the learning curve, quite the adventure. Very fun. But yeah, I cannot wait for next year. And just to see my progress from all the way up to August next year, and I can really backtrack and be like, wow, this is how I did. This is how many people I met.
Yep.
You know, this is what I accomplished. You know.
Keep documenting, and it just keeps moving forward.
Absolutely.
You're gonna have a big year next year.
I think we all will.
We will.
Real estate will be good next year, but we'll see. But yeah, thanks for watching.
All right, we'll see you guys next year.